Once upon a time, in a distant village, there lived a man named Ta. Though not wealthy, Ta had a beautiful and content family. He was a hardworking farmer but did not own a farm of his own. Instead, he worked tirelessly on other people's farms. Despite their modest means, Ta ensured his wife and children were always cared for. His wife, a beautiful and diligent woman, was a trader who sold vegetables and fruits in the village market. Every morning, she prepared her goods with a smile, contributing to the family's livelihood. Ta and his wife had 3 children, 2 sons and a lovely daughter. Though they were not rich, their home was filled with love and happiness. In the evenings, after a long day's work, Ta would return home exhausted but content. His wife welcomed him warmly, and the children eagerly ran to hug him. They spent their evenings together, laughing and sharing stories, proving that true wealth lies in love and family. However, Ta's friendships in the village became strained over time. His friends, who were wealthier, began to distance themselves. They looked down on him because of his poverty. Ta felt hurt but often reminded himself, "My family is my greatest treasure." One day, a village gathering brought everyone together. Hoping to reconnect with his old friends, Ta attended. At first, they welcomed him and shared a meal, but things quickly took a turn. One of them sneered, "Since you're not as rich as we are, you should clear the plates." Shocked, Ta replied, "We are friends, and I am older than you all. My financial state does not warrant such disrespect." But they laughed and retorted, "If you don't do it, we'll claim you didn't pay for your meal. That will be far more humiliating." Reluctantly, Ta cleared the plates and left, deeply humiliated. When he got home, his wife noticed his distress and asked what had happened. Ta shared the painful incident, concluding, "They can mock me, but I will always prioritize you and our children." Ta continued his laborious life. Despite unfair treatment from both employers and so-called friends, he remained steadfast in providing for his family. Often, he worked without immediate payment, hearing excuses like, "Come back tomorrow." Yet, Ta persisted, enduring humiliation and fatigue because he loved his family deeply. One day, during the harvest season, Ta sought work from Chief Azuka, the wealthiest man in the village. Ta approached him humbly, offering to help with the harvest alongside his 2 sons. Chief Azuka agreed, and the family began working tirelessly. Through scorching heat and heavy rain, they labored on the chief's vast farm, determined to earn their wages. After completing the harvest, Ta approached Chief Azuka for payment. The chief handed him only a third of the agreed sum, instructing him to return the next day for the balance. Disheartened but hopeful, Ta returned home and handed the money to his wife, asking her to prepare a special meal for the children. That night, Ta's wife noticed his restlessness and asked, "Why do you seem so worried?" Ta replied, "Chief Azuka didn't pay me fully. He asked me to return tomorrow. I'm concerned because this has never happened before." His wife comforted him, saying, "Don't worry. You've worked hard, and everything will be fine. Let's enjoy our meal together tonight." The next day, Ta returned to Chief Azuka's house. To his surprise, the chief welcomed him warmly, offering food and drink. Though the hospitality seemed unusual, Ta accepted it. After their meal, Chief Azuka spoke, "Ta, you've worked hard all your life, yet you remain poor. There's a way for you to become wealthy without this endless toil. You simply need to visit an old friend of mine at the forest edge." Confused, Ta asked, "What do you mean, Chief? How can I become rich without working?" The chief smiled and replied, "It involves a small ritual, but no harm will come to anyone. You're aging, Ta, and soon you won't be able to provide for your family through labor. Think about it." Ta hesitated. The idea of wealth was tempting, but the suggestion unsettled him. Chief Azuka then handed him a large bundle of money, far more than what he was owed. "Take this," the chief said. "It's just a taste of what you could have. There's no rush to decide." Ta stared at the money in disbelief, overwhelmed by its sheer size. He accepted it with trembling hands, thanked the chief, and left. On his way home, thoughts of comfort and security for his family filled his mind. But deep down, unease lingered. When he arrived, he decided to discuss the matter with his wife.